Good morning, this is a subscriber request, and it is about what a hound can bring to a Bull&Terrier or a terrier. First off, the subscriber noted what I said in earlier videos, because in earlier videos I said that hounds could add to the capabilities of game dogs in the fighting arena, and I battled that. I said it could be a freak incident, of course, but in general they cannot add anything to the game dog, because the game dog is there purposely to fight and to dish out and endure damage, and the hound is a different type of animal. It's dominantly bred to hunt and not get harmed too much. That being said, there are things that a hound can add depending on what you're wishing for. So, for example, in the hunting perspective, you don't think that's the perspective that they are aiming at. Stop. Hey! It's so fiery that they are aiming at. Then a hound, of course, is also an elite hunting dog. They are different than terriers, and especially Bull&Terriers. Bull&Terriers being more of a catch dog despite their size and going for the confrontation, whereas a hound keeps the prey busy and only targets the weaker opponents normally. Also, when there was a hawk to be catched, oftentimes the real hounds only go in after the catch dogs, the bulldogs, already catch it and disabled the hawk. Before that, normally a hound will not engage, they will keep their distance. But what they can do, hounds have a good nose, better nose than game dogs and terriers. They also have often size at their side, so they are able to cross big terrain easily. Endurance is a point to take into consideration, but could be disputed, because also game dogs have enormous endurance, especially certain lines, and they are willing to go past the comfort zone in an extreme amount. Hounds are also known to walk their paw well, but a pit bull will even walk with all broken legs. So that gives you some perspective. But the benefit is that often hounds are also bigger, and hounds in general, so not only specific lines, but have a very good endurance. Pit bulls also have a good endurance in general, but there are some lines that are fast finishes. The other thing is that a hound is there to get a limited amount of damage. So that could be a benefit, because your dogs will sustain less damage and therefore have a longer life. You could use them more days after each other. Another benefit could be that hounds are more of a barking type, so you have more vocal support to know where your dogs are, and also this could help to drive in a driven hunt the quarry out. Shelby. Another thing to take into consideration, which can be a major benefit, oftentimes driven hunts and other hunts are multi-dog activities. Hounds are made for that and are acting quite well and are not overly dog aggressive, whereas game dogs and also some terriers are quite dominant and competitive against each other. So you could have that benefit as well by adding a hound. Furthermore, hounds have a capability to be working as a pack. Not only that they are less dog aggressive, but also they can be easily kept in bigger kennels with each other, and also work together. So if one is driving one point, the other one could easily drive the other point. So if you want to add tenacity, fighting ability, or resistance under extreme conditions, the benefit of adding Bull and Terrier or Terrier alone to your mixes there. If you want to add benefits of crossing terrain in a faster manner, and also the benefit of being a bigger dog, then you could add HOUND, which also has a better scenting ability, barks a lot more, which can also be a benefit, can be kept easily together and is not overly dog aggressive and can work better as a team. Whereas Terriers and Bull Terriers are more solo type of dogs. And then, being said, why they introduced hounds to the Airedale Terrier, Otter Hound was added to Terrier blood to create the Airedale Terrier. And in my opinion, the Airedale Terrier has a lot of hound background instead of Terrier background. As a result, is that they needed a bigger dog, because when you face off with otter in the water, oftentimes smaller dogs will be just pushed to the bottom and drowned. So an otter will drown its opponent very easily. And a bigger dog would make it harder to be drowned, but the otter hound in itself lacked the tenacity to deal with the otter. So they needed fighting ability to be added to the hound to work otters. And also, if you know that a nephew of the other part of the marten family, the badger, is also a very capable fighter, almost as good as the otter. But the otter also has the benefit of the water, where it just shines. And that was done by little dogs like you see here, Terrier breeds. So that made it's quite a natural progression. So they had both abilities, that they could work in packs, because Airedale Terriers could easily be worked in packs to attack otters, and also a lot more barky and a lot more size. So not only to cover terrain, but also not to get drowned.